Pretty face, funny hat. That's what my Blondie is.
Lovable feet, both flat. That's what my Dagwood is.
Blondie's not always right. I let her think she is.
All of my thoughts are bright, long as he thinks they're his.
Life with us is
Fun and crazy,
baby dumpling.
us and Daisy.
What a family. Incredible, bumsteadable.
Hurry, you'll miss your bus.
Watch out, you'll burn your stew. Nothing's too much for us. As long as with me there's you.
Dagwood and Blondie,
Blondie and Dagwood,
always with me there's you.
Hi, Alvin.
Hi.
Say, I got a couple of stamps for you. Egypt and a Canadian airmail.
Thanks. I didn't know you delivered mail around here in the afternoon, too.
Only to the Bumsteads. When I deliver it in the morning, I always get knocked for a loop, and Dagwood rushes out to work, don't I?
Yeah?
So, I deliver it in the afternoon on my way home.
I thought you lived on the other side of town.
I do. But an ounce of prevention is worth all those pounds of Epsom salts that I have to soak myself in after Bumstead gets through with me.
Well, after today, you won't have to be so careful. The Bumsteads start on their vacation tomorrow.
Yeah? Where are they going? And if you say China, I'll save all the foreign stamps for you that I can get my hands on for the next 5 years.
With someplace called Lake Coca. Or is it Lake Loca? Lake...
Wait a minute. Would it be Lake Hokapoka?
Yeah, that's the place.
Oh, Cooper's Lakeside Lodge, Lake Hokapoka. Hey, you don't think they turned them down, do you?
It's most likely the receipt for the week in advance they had to pay.
Yeah, that's probably it. Why do I always have to look at the black side of things? Well, so long, Alvin.
So long.
Good afternoon, Miss Bumstead. Your mail.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Beasley.
I understand you're leaving us tomorrow.
Oh, yes, we are. That is, if we were able to get reservations.
Uh-huh.
Oh, they have a bungalow for us right on the lake.
Well, that's fine. I'm sure gonna miss Mr. Bumstead.
He's gonna miss you, too.
Miss me? Yeah. Yeah, I get it. Well, have a good time.
Thank you, we will.
Bye.
Bye. Children, are you nearly finished?
We've only got one more to do, Mom.
Okay.
Okay, Elmer, you're next. Go get him, Daisy. Thanks, Daisy.
Look, Mommy, they're all ready for their vacation. Oh, they look wonderful, darling.
Is there anything else we can do, Mom?
Lay out all your summer clothes on the bed. I'll be up to pack them right away.
Okay.
All right, Mommy.
Radcliffe Construction Company.
Hello, Mary. May I speak to Mr. Bumstead, please?
Oh, yes, Mrs. Bumstead.
Bumstead speaking. Oh, Blondie? Oh, they gave us a bungalow, huh? That's good. Yeah, I got the tickets. 4 tickets and 3 parlor car chairs. No. Cookie doesn't have to sit on anybody's lap. She'll have her seat all to herself. Uh-huh. Well, you see, I'm going to be in the baggage car with Daisy and the pups. It's their vacation, too, you know.
Well, if I were you, Dagwood, I'd come home right away before Mr. Radcliffe changes his mind about our vacation again. Well, he's postponed it 3 times already.
I'll leave here in a few minutes, dear. Goodbye. Lake Hokapoka welcomes you. Oh, boy. Golf? Maybe. Tennis? Oh, that's for me. Ha tennis. That's my racket. Ha! Hey, that's good. My racket. Ha! Boy, will I show those hokey-pokeys a thing or two. Service!
Is Bumstead in his office?
Yes, Mr. Radcliffe.
Service? Missed. I'll give you another chance. Service? Oh, no.
Oh,
No,
you idiot! What are you trying to do?
Oh, no. I was just warming up my tennis
Well,
arm.
you warm it up on your own time, not on mine.
Yeah, well, I guess the thought of my vacation kind of carried me away a little bit.
You do that again and you'll be carried away for good on a stretcher.
Now,
Say,
yeah?
you know, that racket is just about the right weight for me.
Oh, it is?
Oh, yes, I was quite a tennis player in my college days.
Oh, you were, huh?
Yes, I could always tell how good a player is by the way he held his racket.
Uh-huh.
Let me see.
Oh.
Oh, no. Let
No?
me show you here.
Mhm.
You grab the racket just as though you were going to shake hands.
Uh-huh.
Like that, see?
Yeah.
Now, with the racket in that position, you can return a backhand shot without changing your grip. See what I mean?
Mhm.
Now, watch. Backhand. Forehand. Backhand. Forehand.
Good afternoon, Mr. Whiteside.
Is Ratcliffe in?
Well, Mr. Radcliffe is busy right now with Mr. Bumstead. Would you mind waiting just a few
Young lady, thousands of people are waiting for my furniture, and I'm still waiting for the rest of my plans.
Well, if it's important, I'll...
Important? Of course it's important. I've got to see Ratcliffe at once.
Yes, sir. You'll find him in that office right over there.
Oh.
Forehand.
Oh.
Backhand. See how relaxed I am?
Uh-huh.
Forehand. Backhand. Forehand. Backhand.
No,
Forehand.
no.
What do you mean, no? I've won cups for this. Backhand. Forehand.
No.
Backhand. Oh, you want to know what I'd do with a high one? I'd just spin around and dash right back like you. Oh, Mr. Whiteside, I'm so sorry. Why didn't you tell me Mr. Whiteside was behind me?
Well, you didn't ask me.
If you'd attend to your business instead of holding tenants tournaments in your office, you'd get your plans right. Backhand, forehand, backhand.
What's wrong with the plans?
I'll show you what's wrong with these plans. Oh. The fire underwriters won't pass that upholstery room.
Oh, well, I don't see any violation there.
You don't, eh?
Oh.
Yeah, I do.
You do? What is it?
No sprinkler system.
Well, there's a smart young man.
Oh, thanks, Mr. Whiteside. Code number 173 clearly states, quote, any section of a factory where inflammable material is used must be adequately supplied with a sprinkler system, unquote.
Exactly. Now, who did this?
Well, it isn't who did it, it is who didn't do it.
Very well, then, who didn't do it?
Well, I don't know. You see, I just did the building and structure layout.
And it was on the strength of that layout I gave you the job.
Oh, thanks again, Mr. Whiteside.
Now, let me tell you, Radcliffe, I want that sprinkler system drawn in, and I want it by tomorrow afternoon. And I want this clever young man to do it.
Oh.
Mr. Whiteside.
Yes, it's not too late to call off this whole deal, Radcliffe.
Well, you talked yourself right into it, didn't you?
Well, I only did it for the good of the firm, Mr. Radcliffe. Why, if there was ever a fire in that place, why, you'd... Oh, no. He wants me to correct those plans.
Uh-huh.
Oh, no, I can't. I'm going on my vacation tomorrow.
You were going tomorrow.
Oh, no, I got my tickets and
Well,
everything.
I'll exchange them for you.
Well, what will I tell Blondie?
You leave that to me, too.
You mean that you'll tell her, Blondie?
Ah, Dagwood, for you, anything.
Oh, I don't think so.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes,
No.
yes,
No. Gee, I don't know, Mr. Radcliffe. Maybe I'd better tell Blondie. See, you've always been a bachelor. And
Oh,
perhaps-
stop worrying, Dagwood. Bachelors know more about women than married men do. That's why they're bachelors.
Yeah, but oh. What call? Yeah. Blondie! Oh. Blondie!
I'll be right down, dear.
Oh.
I'm so glad you're home, Dagwood. I thought perhaps Mr. Radcliffe might have the nerve to postpone our Mr. Radcliffe. Oh, forgive me for what I just said, Mr. Radcliffe, but you understand how I'd feel if our vacation was postponed again. Oh, it's so nice of you to come to say goodbye, Mr. Radcliffe.
Oh, he'll let me.
No, I'll take it.
I'll take it.
No, I'll take it.
I will.
Yeah, oh, right over there.
All right.
Oh, thank you. Well, everything's done. I canceled the milk in the newspapers for the next 2 weeks, and I ordered a taxi to be here at 10 o'clock sharp in the morning. There's nothing left to do but step on that train in the morning.
Oh,
Oh, for me?
yes.
Oh, I love to eat candy on a train. Thank you so much, Mr. Radcliffe.
Sweets to the sweet, I always say.
Yeah. Oh, yes, that's a good one.
I'd like to have you stay for dinner, Mr. Radcliffe. That is, if you'll take pot luck. I've had to use up all the odds and ends in the icebox.
Well, thank you, Blondie, but I have another appointment.
Yes, he has to change some railroad tickets.
Yes. No.
No. Oh. Blondie,
Yes, dear?
Mr. Radcliffe has something to tell you.
What is it, Mr. Radcliffe?
Well, it's like this.
Yes, it's like this.
What's like what?
You know Scott, who works in the office, don't you?
Yes.
He's a married man with 4 children.
Oh, I knew he was married, but I thought he had 3 children.
No, that's Brooks that has the 3 children.
Yes,
Yeah.
and Simmons has 2.
Yeah.
There's another one on the way. You know that, don't you?
Yes. But what has this to do with me?
I'm coming to that.
Oh, yes, he's coming to that.
I don't know whether Dagwood has told you or not, but business is very slow right now. The only job we're working on is that furniture factory for Mr. Whiteside.
But that should keep you busy all year.
Oh, it will. That is, if everything goes all right. But if Mr. Whiteside should cancel the contract, all those people would be thrown out of work.
Huh?
There would be no food coming into their homes. All those little babies would be crying for milk, and there'd be none to give them.
Mr. Radcliffe, I wish you'd come to the point.
Yeah, come to the point. I can't stand it. Oh,
Blondie, you and you alone will have to decide whether those people are thrown out of work or not. And knowing what a sympathetic, generous, fair-minded person you are.
Mr. Radcliffe, I know you're building up to something. What is it?
Mr. Whiteside wants Dagwood to work one more day on the plans.
One more day?
That day means the difference between his going through with the contract or not.
You mean you want me to postpone the vacation again?
Think of all those children.
I won't do it. You've postponed Dagwood's vacation 3 times already. We were supposed to go in June, and here it is September. I should have known you were up to something the minute I saw that candy.
24 hours. What difference could it make?
You said that 3 weeks ago. No, Mr. Radcliffe.
Very well, Blondie, if that's the way you feel. But knowing how competent Dagwood is, I'm sure he could have finished the job in half a day.
Oh, I could have finished it quicker than that, Mr. Radcliffe.
Dagwood, was it your idea to stay and do this work?
Oh, no, Mr. Whiteside did.
Blondie, I put Ollie on the plan so that Dagwood could get away.
Yeah.
Ollie isn't as experienced as Dagwood. He isn't as capable. And when Dagwood discovered the error that Ollie had made, Mr. Whiteside was so impressed that he insisted that Dagwood make the correction.
Yeah, you see, Mr. Whiteside thinks I'm a pretty smart guy.
I'm glad someone appreciates my Dagwood for a change.
Well, I appreciate Dagwood, Blondie. Honest I do. And as I told him, if he'll do me this one favor, I won't forget it.
All right, Mr. Radcliffe. I'll let Dagwood stay for just one more day, but not a minute longer. And I'm not going to unpack those suitcases anymore. They're going to stay right where they are. And the day after tomorrow, we'll be gone, and so will those suitcases.
Thank you, Blondie. And I know everyone in the office thanks you, too.
Yeah.
Good morning, Ed. You sound like you haven't a care in the world.
Today, Jim, I'm as happy as a lark. Life is just beautiful.
Okay, so it's beautiful. But you better watch your step when you get down to the Bumstead house.
The Bumsteads are gone. They went on their vacation today.
There's no butter for the toast, Dagwood, so you'll just have to put jelly on it.
Oh, that's all right, Blondie. I like dry toast.
I do too, Mommy.
Pop, what's the capital of Wisconsin?
Wisconsin? I don't know, Alexander.
You'll have to use canned milk in your coffee, dear.
Oh, that's all right, Blondie. I like canned milk.
I'll get your cocoa in just a minute, children. Alexander, as soon as you finish breakfast, I want you to go down to the store and get something for me for supper.
Okay, Mom. What's the largest lake in North America, Pop?
Largest lake in North America?
Yeah.
I don't know, Alexander. Just think, Blondie, tomorrow at this time we'll be on your train.
As soon as you get through putting that sprinkling whatchamacallit in those plans, you better come right home before Mr. Radcliffe finds something else for you to do.
Don't worry, Blondie, I will.
Pop. Pop.
Huh?
What's the highest mountain in the United States?
Highest mountain in the United States?
Yeah.
I don't know, Alexander.
Pop, what's the longest...
Alexander, stop asking your father so many questions.
Don't stop him, Blondie. If he doesn't ask me any questions, how is he ever going to learn anything?
Oh, good heavens, Dagwood, you're late. You'll miss your bus. Quick, children. Get Oh, dear.
Mrs. Bumstead, you're late.
Our vacation was postponed. We're going tomorrow.
Can I depend on that?
Positively. Oh. Oh, dear. Oh.
Tomorrow morning when I leave, I hope the train's on time. I hope it doesn't rain for weeks and the sun will always shine. Lake Hokapoka, don't you cry for me. I'll be on my way tomorrow with Daisy on my knee.
How long is it going to take to finish them up?
Hi, Mr. Radcliffe. Not more than a couple hours.
Oh, good. Mr. Whiteside would like to have them by 2 o'clock.
Oh, they'll be ready.
Fine.
Lake Hokapoka, don't you cry for me. I'll fish and eat, get 12 hours sleep with a sandwich on my knee. Lake Hokapoka. Well, goodbye, Mary.
Goodbye, Dagwood.
Goodbye. Goodbye, Chuck.
Oh, you're leaving, Bumstead. Well, have a good time and let's hear from you.
Oh, thanks.
Bye. Have a nice
So
trip.
long, Buck.
Catch a lot of fish,
Yeah,
easy.
so long, Sterling. So long, Ollie.
Thanks for staying that extra day, Dag. I personally checked all the Whiteside plans last night, and they're perfect.
Oh, swell, Ollie, and goodbye.
So long, fella.
Yeah. Goodbye, everybody. Oh, Lake Hokapoka, here I come at last. I'm on my way, got 3 weeks pay. Oh, excuse me. After you.
Is Ratcliffe in, or is he giving ping-pong lessons today?
Ping pong lessons? I don't understand what...
You're not the only one around this office who doesn't understand things. Is he in or isn't he in?
Yes, Mr. Whiteside.
All right. Ratcliffe, did you check these plans yourself? If you did, I can understand why they're all wrong.
Oh, do you think he's found something else wrong with those plans?
Certainly sounds that way.
Oh, Mary, I just remembered I have an appointment with my dentist. If anyone should want me, I'll be...
Yes, Mr. Radcliffe?
Send Ollie in.
Yes, sir. Ollie. Mr. Radcliffe wants to see you.
I'll give you 3 days to fix those plans. If you don't, as I told you before, I'll call off the whole deal.
Is there some little error in those plans, Mr. Radcliffe?
No, not one teeny-weeny error.
I didn't think there would be because I checked them personally.
The entire electrical layout is wrong.
Oh.
I don't know what college graduated you, but whatever one it was, you should sue them.
Well, if it's only a slight error...
A slight error? If you can call this a slight error, the Johnstown flood was only a leaky faucet. Take a look at this mill room. The smallest motor in this room is 4 horsepower. For that load, you should install 2-aught cable. You have indicated number 12 wire. What do you think those motors are, egg beaters? And look at this. You haven't provided one starter for the motors. How do you think they start? Like driving a horse by saying giddy up?
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr.
You're sorry. You'll be sorrier if I lose that Whiteside contract and have to lay everyone off, including you. I'm not worried about Bumstead. He can get a job anyplace. If I had had Bumstead on those plans, I wouldn't have these headaches.
Well, perhaps you could ask Dagwood to postpone his vacation for a couple of more days.
I have asked him to postpone it 4 times already, and I haven't the nerve to ask him again. I was at his house last night, and if you could have seen the expression on Blondie's face when I asked Dagwood to stay 1 more day, you wouldn't suggest such a thing. She said she will not unpack those suitcases 1 more time. And hot or cold, the Bumsteads and the suitcases are gone tomorrow.
Well, there's one way we could get Dagwood to stay.
Whatever it is, I want no part of it. How?
Well, if he didn't have those suitcases, he couldn't go away tomorrow, could he?
Well, I guess not. He has the suitcases. I saw them.
I know, but if he should happen to lose them for a few days, he'd have to stay here. And if he stayed here, he could fix up those plans, couldn't he?
I suppose so.
And if he fixed up those plans, you'd be sure of the contract, and all of us would be sure of no layoffs.
What are you driving at?
Well, if somebody should happen to get into Dagwood's house tonight and steal those, borrow those suitcases for a few days, that would solve everything.
What would anyone want with Dagwood suitcases? However, if anyone did want them, they'd be simple to get. They're right by the living room window.
Which window? Which window?
What difference does it make which window? The one nearest the corner of the house.
Bumsteads are such trusting souls. I'll bet they never lock their windows at night.
Ollie, I have no idea what you're driving at. Of course, it's your business if you want to pay a visit to the Bumstead home tonight and try and get Blondie's permission. All I can say is that if you can successfully convince Blondie that Dagwood should stay a few more days, it might save your job.
Now stop that. Oh, now, girls, you mustn't fight for me now. Oh, shucks. I'm not that good. Hey, why don't you draw straws for me? No tickling now. Stop that. It's not fair.
Oh! 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 Help! Help! Oh! Help! 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 Help!
Dagwood, wake up. Wake up.
Oh, gee, Blondie. Now I'll never know which one got me.
Dagwood, there's someone in the house. Listen to that noise.
Well, tell them to be a little quieter. I want to finish my dream.
Dagwood, wake up. There's a burglar in the house.
Well, let him... The burglar?
Here, listen.
Help! Help! Oh!
Sounds like Daisy's got him.
Yeah. You hold him, Daisy, till I get my heavy putter. Oh, where's my heavy putter?
Oh, what happened?
I hurt my favorite toe.
You're making more noise than the burglars.
Wait a minute. I gotta get my heavy putter.
What do you want your heavy putter?
Yeah, well, he might be bigger than me.
Oh, all right, Dagwood. You're afraid to get her. I'll go down and get him myself, I will.
No, Blondie, you stay here. Because when I get through with him, he won't be a pretty sight. Oh. Here I come. I'm coming, Daisy. You better be gone before I get there. When I'm aroused like this, I don't know my own strength. Here I come! Daisy! Well, why did you hang on a little while longer than I could have maybe, you're going to bed, you kids. Go on now. Here, Daisy. Daisy. Oh, nice girl, Daisy. Well, it wasn't your fault he was wearing a cheap suit. Well, I don't see anything missing. Did he get anything, Daisy? Well, what is it?
Oh, Dad, he got away.
Yeah, all but this piece of his trousers. Daisy got it for souvenir.
I wonder what he was after.
I don't see anything missing. Yeah, but look at Daisy. She's trying to tell us something.
Daisy, what are you trying to say? Oh!
What?
Look!
I don't see anything.
Of course not. That's what Daisy's trying to tell us. They're gone.
What's gone?
Our suitcases.
All right, so they're gone. Did our suitcases?
Yes.
No.
Yes, they're gone, and so is our vacation. Oh, Dagwood, what are we going to do?
Well, it's not going to stop our vacation. We'll just borrow some more suitcases.
Yes, but every stitch of summer clothing we had was in them.
All right, well, don't worry, Blondie, dear. It may postpone our vacation for a few days, but I'll find those suitcases. And I'll find that crook, too. If I have to check everybody's pants in this town.
Here's your lunch money, darling.
Oh, thanks, dear.
I think you're perfectly right, honey. You'll be much better off going to the office than staying around here all day. Besides, if we have a chance of getting those suitcases back...
Hiya, folks.
Oh, good morning, Alvin.
Good morning, Mrs.
Yeah,
Bumstead.
hello, Alvin.
Hiya. Mom sent you some coffee, cake, and cream.
Oh, thank you, Alvin. Tell your mother I'll pay her back as soon as I've gone to the store.
What a little excitement we had around here last night with that burglar.
Yeah, Pop nearly got him, didn't you, Pop?
I only missed him about that far.
Mm-hmm. I'll bet.
Hey, Pop, show him that big hunk Daisy tore out of the burglar's pants.
Oh, yes. You see, Alvin, when I find a man who wears a suit of this material with a big rip in his pants, I got him.
Mr. Bumstead, I don't want to give the impression that I'm meddling in your affairs, but don't you think it'd be wiser to check with all the doctors in town instead of going around snooping on people's pants?
The doctors?
Certainly. When Daisy tore that piece out of his pants, it's feasible to believe she got a portion of him, too.
Yes,
Dagwood, turn your motor off. Go ahead, Alvin.
That being the case, he would naturally run to a doctor for treatment.
Of course.
Yeah, but suppose he just got a little scratch. He certainly wouldn't need medical treatment for that.
Then we'll have to proceed along another line of attack.
Yeah.
I've got it. Now, let's say Daisy had the rabies.
Well, Daisy hasn't got the rabies.
I realize that, but let's suppose she has. All Mrs. Bumstead would have to do is phone the radio station and ask them to broadcast an alarm.
Huh?
When that crook finds out that he's been bitten by a dog with the rabies, he'll run to the nearest doctor quicker than you can say hydrophobia.
Hydrophobia.
Oh, Alvin, you're wonderful. I'll call the radio station right away and tell them to warn the burglar.
I wouldn't use the word burglar, Mrs. Bumstead. That would surely tip him off the police for checking with the doctors.
Oh, Alvin, you're right. Oh, thank you, Alvin, for such a wonderful idea.
Yeah, thanks, Alvin.
Thank you very much.
Think nothing of it, Mrs. Bumstead. Glad to be of service.
Isn't Alvin's idea wonderful, dear?
Yeah.
As soon as I finish my coffee, I'm going to call the radio station. And, dear, if you are going to the office, why don't you start now? Then you won't have to rush for a change.
Oh, okay. Well, goodbye.
Goodbye, darling.
Bye, Pop.
Goodbye.
Bye, Eddie. And don't forget to check all the doctors.
I won't. Goodbye. Oh, good morning, Mr. Beasley. Excuse me.
Oh, your father forgot his lunch money. Quick, Alexander, catch him before he gets on the bus. Come on, Cookie, open the door. Hurry, stand back now.
Today he is a man.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt this program to bring you an important bulletin. If the person who was bitten by a dog owned by Mr. and Mrs. Bumstead at 4227 Shady Lane Avenue last night is within the sound of my voice, we urgently advise him to report to the nearest doctor at once. The dog that bit him is suspected of having rabies.
Rabies?
I repeat, the Bumstead dog is suspected of having rabies. If precautions are not taken immediately, this person will develop hydrophobia.
Hydrophobia?
We now continue with our regular program.
Oh,
Dr. Mason's office.
hello, is Dr. Mason in?
Who's calling, please? Oh, yes. Dr. Mason is operating this morning. He won't be back in his office till 11:30. What seems to be the trouble?
Well, I had a little accident. I received quite an abrasion.
Well, where is the abrasion?
Look, miss, I'd rather tell the doctor.
Well, is it on your face, your arm, or where?
All right, if you must know, it hurts something awful when I sit down. There.
Hey, what's the big idea?
I just wanted to ask you something.
Go ahead, ask me.
Oh, did you drop that dollar bill? I guess I made a mistake. Huh?
Oh, no, you didn't, Bob. Thanks.
Well, look who's here.
Well, Dagwood. Back already? Seems like you only left yesterday.
Yeah. Did you have a good time?
Yeah.
Mr. Bumstead, you didn't get away today?
No, by the time I do, I'll be too old to enjoy it.
Oh, what happened?
Oh, somebody stole all of our clothes.
Stole all your clothes?
Yeah, last night after we went to bed, some sneak thief broke in and just stole all of our luggage.
Oh, Dagwood, that's awful.
Yeah.
Dagwood! Well, what happened? I thought you'd be on the train by now.
He had a burglar last night.
A burglar?
And he stole their suitcases and all their clothes.
Oh, no. Oh, that's too bad. Come into your office and tell me all about it.
Yeah.
A burglar? That's an outrage. Ollie. Dagwood, Mr. Whiteside wants these changes made at once. And knowing how good you are at this sort of thing, you should have them finished in 2 days at most.
Yeah.
Besides, being occupied will take your mind off your troubles.
Yeah, I guess you're right, Mr. Radcliffe.
Ollie. Look who's here.
Hi.
What happened?
Well, he couldn't leave on his vacation this morning because some thieving rat broke into his house last night and stole his suitcases.
Yeah.
Oh, you any idea who did it, Dagwood?
Oh, I know who did it, all right.
You do?
Yeah, it was a burglar.
Ollie, you show Dagwood what changes have to be made here.
Yeah.
And Dagwood, you help us get these plans straightened out, and I'll help you.
You'll help me?
Yes, in my spare time, I'll help you find that crook. I'll be able to give it all my time if we lose that Whiteside contract.
Oh, thanks, Mr. Radcliffe. With both of us on his trail, I'm sure we'll catch him. That is, if he hasn't skipped out of town.
Oh, I have a sneaking idea that crook isn't very far away.
Yeah. Okay, Ollie, now show me where you went wrong on these plans. Hey, wake up.
Oh, excuse me, Dagwood. What did you say?
I said show me what's wrong with the plans.
Oh, sure. Right here in the mill room, I made the mistake of, Dagwood.
Huh?
I heard on the radio this morning that Daisy has the rabies.
I hope that crook heard it, because, brother, if he did, he'll run to the nearest doctor quicker than I can say hydrophobia.
What are the symptoms of hydrophobia?
Well, one of them is that you start foaming at the mouth like a mad dog.
Well, couldn't he go to a doctor and be injected with something to prevent hydrophobia?
Sure. Sure, and that's just what I'm hoping he'll do. I've been checking with every doctor in town, and when he goes for treatment, boy, I got him. Ollie, have a seat and we'll see what goes on here.
Oh, excuse me for a moment, Dagwood. I've got to cancel an appointment I made this morning.
Huh? Bumstead speaking. Oh, hello, Blondie.
Oh, Dagwood, the most terrible thing has happened. A man from the city dog pound came and took Daisy away with him.
He did? Oh, gosh, that's awful. Blondie, didn't you tell him that we only made up that story about Daisy having the rabies?
Certainly I told him, but it made no difference. The man said that any dog that has bitten anyone has to be taken to the city pound to be put under observation.
Oh, no. Blondie, how are the pups taking it?
I haven't told them where their MOTHER has gone. But I think they suspect something because they seem so unhappy. No, dear, I was too excited to ask about visiting days.
Oh, all right, Blondie. I'll call the dog pound right away and find out. Yeah. Goodbye. Oh, Daisy.
Dagwood, hurry up or you'll be too late to see Daisy.
All right, Blondie, I'm hurrying.
Mommy, I want to see Daisy, too. No, darling. Daddy's going alone. Wouldn't be good for Daisy to have a lot of visitors. It might make her too excited.
Blondie, have I got time to go to the market first?
Yes, dear, if you hurry.
Oh, good, because I want to buy Daisy 3 cans of her favorite dog food.
Oh, now go have your breakfast, children. It's all ready for
Yeah,
you.
well,
All
okay,
right,
Mom.
Mommy.
Wait a minute. Where's my
What?
hat? Where's
Your
my
hat?
hat? Yeah, I brought it downstairs with me.
Well-
What? Huh? Well,
There.
now, how did that get back there? Well, come on, let's hurry, huh?
Uh-huh. All right, dear. Darling, why don't you go get Daisy's food? I can handle this.
Okay, Blondie.
Excuse me, that's mine.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
All right.
Excuse me.
Here.
Say, do you have Doggie's Delight dog food 3 for a quarter?
Sorry, sir. We're fresh out.
Oh.
Yes, sir.
Hey, say they're fresh out of Doggie's Delight.
Hmm.
Yeah, I guess I'll better buy some meat for my dog. I hope she doesn't mind.
I hope not, too.
Say, this ground meat is 42 cents a pound, and this is 64 cents a pound. What's the difference?
The 64-cent meat is freshly ground. It's made of a better grade round steak, and there's no fat in it.
Oh, I see. Well, do you think my dog would like it?
I like it.
Well, maybe, but my dog's kind of fussy.
I'll say he is.
Oh, he's a she.
Oh, that explains it.
Well, I'd better have a pound. Wait a minute. Now, if Daisy doesn't like it, a pound would be too much, so you better make it 3/4 of a pound, please. Wait a minute. Now, if Daisy does like it, a pound wouldn't be enough, so you better make it 1.5 pounds.
You're sure?
I'm sure.
I'm glad.
Huh?
That's $5.68, Mr. Bumstead. $10.
Is there something wrong with it?
Not this one, but I've had a couple of phonies slip me the last few days.
Oh.
That's why I'm suspicious of every big bill I get. You know, it's a funny thing. I'm not the only one who's been swindled. Seems like everybody in town's been getting them.
Oh, dear.
There's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Thank you. Oh, how much was it?
96 cents.
Oh, take out 96 cents more, Mr. Fuller.
Thank you. There we are.
4 pennies. Now, how can you tell when a bill's counterfeit?
Well, on the 2 10s I had, Hamilton's face was all blurred. Then around the edges...
A counterfeit?
Yes, I was just telling your wife about all the counterfeit money that's going around. For your own protection, Mr. Bumstead, you better examine every bill you get your hands on.
Oh, do they make counterfeit $1 bills?
Oh, I don't think so.
Then I haven't anything to worry about.
Yes.
Blondie Bumstead, 4227 Shady Lane Avenue. Of all the dumb, stupid things to do.
Well, can I help it? Her bag's exactly like mine. To hear you talk, you'd think I switched purses with that dame on purpose.
You realize what'll happen if that Bumstead woman goes to the cops? You had all your personal stuff in that bag, the car keys, everything.
Well, why can't I go to her and tell her I made a mistake? It's even money she hasn't discovered she's got the wrong bag yet.
And if she has, the cops will be waiting for you. You gotta get it back some other way. Oh. How'd you make out?
Not so good this morning. We went to every restaurant in town and shoved off only one $20 bill.
And I had to drink over 40 cups of coffee. I won't sleep for the next 3 weeks.
You mean it took all this time to get rid of 120?
Everybody in town seems to be leery, especially about 20s.
Then why didn't you switch to 10s?
We didn't have any. Mona here's got all the 10s.
She did have all the 10s.
Huh? What do you mean she did have?
Mona lost her bag today.
I didn't lose it, and you know it.
All right. She didn't lose it. She just swapped it for this one.
Gee, boss, what are we gonna do?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Why don't we put an ad in the Lost and Found?
And have them return it here?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be great.
Well, I come up with a good idea once in a while.
Have you got the address of the dame that owns that bag?
Yeah, right here.
Then what's stopping us from going out there and getting it?
I guess that's all we can do. But not now. Wait till tonight, and I don't want you to ask the dame for it either. You've got to get into that house and switch bags without anyone being the wiser, understand?
It'll be a cinch. While we're waiting, let's go out and get a cup of coffee, huh?
Yeah. Coffee?
Yes, sir?
I want to see Daisy, please.
Daisy who?
Daisy Bumstead.
Nobody by that name works here.
Oh, no, you don't understand. My name's Daisy, and I want to see my dog Bumstead. No, I mean, I'm Bumstead, and I want to see my little dog Daisy.
What kind of a dog is it?
Oh, it's a she-female.
I mean, what breed?
Breed?
Yes, is it a terrier, a toy, a sporting dog, a spaniel?
Yes.
Yes, what?
What you said?
A terrier, toy, spaniel?
That's it.
A spaniel?
Yeah. Well, on her mother's side. You see, we're not sure about her father.
What does she look like?
Oh, she's a very pretty little dog. About this high and about this long, has blue eyes. Oh, no, that's Blondie. Come to think about it, she has brown eyes. Yeah, or are they gray eyes? Oh, well, it doesn't make any difference. You can't see them anyways because she has this long, silky hair that hangs down over her face. Very clever. Does all sorts of tricks.
Does tricks?
Yeah.
I know that one. Yeah. Say, she's a wonderful dog. Send in number 724. Have a seat, Mr. Bumstead.
Oh, thank you.
She's doing fine, very fine.
When will I be able to take her home?
As soon as we complete the rabies tests.
When will that be?
Oh, we ought to be through by tonight. Of course, you'll have to clear her that bite rap.
The bite rap?
Yes,
huh?
That biting charge. You'll have to get a release from the person she bit and then take it to the judge and he'll
You mean that I have to get a release from the person she bit?
Well, it's the law in this state.
Yeah, but suppose I can't find the person to sign the release.
You'll have to, son, if you want to get your dog back.
Oh, Daisy. Oh, Daisy, how are you? How did you sleep last night, Daisy? How's the food here, huh? Did you eat very much? Oh, she's a wonderful dog. Oh, Daisy, come on. Here, say, would it be all right? Could I take this thing off?
Well, it's against the rules, but go ahead.
Swell. Oh, we'll get it right off, Daisy. There we are. Oh, hi, Daisy. Oh, Daisy. Oh, isn't there any way we can get Daisy out of here without having to get that release?
Sorry, son. It's an old law.
Yeah, but suppose we can't find the man.
As I said before, it's an old law, a silly law, but until they change it, we've got to abide by it. We kept the dog here for over a year. Finally had to do away with it. Let us hope for her sake that you find him. Is this your package?
Oh, yes, that's ground steak. I brought it to Daisy. Say, is it all right if I give her some?
Well, it's a little ahead of feeding time, but it's all right with me.
Swell. There we are, Daisy. Oh, boy, are we going to have some food, huh? Oh. There, Daisy. Here, there, Daisy. Here, Daisy. Daisy. Here, Daisy. Daisy, eat it. It's freshly ground from selected round steak. No fat, 64 cents a pound here. Here, Daisy. Here, Daisy. Daisy, eat it. Daisy, here. Here, Daisy, here. Daisy, the butcher eats it. I can eat it, too. Look. Daisy, here, Daisy, more. Here. Daisy, this gentleman can eat it. Go ahead, eat a piece just to show how good it is. Yeah, just to show that it's good. Go ahead. Yeah. You see, he likes it, don't you? See here. And then here, go ahead, eat it. Eat it, here. Here, Daisy. Oh, please, Daisy. Look. Here, eat another piece just to show it, huh? Go ahead. There. See that? Go ahead. Here. Here, Daisy. Here. There. There you are. There, didn't I tell you? Here, have some more, huh? Go ahead, have some more. There, Daisy. Here. Here, Daisy. Here. Mary, is Mr. Radcliffe alone?
Practically. Ollie's in there.
Oh. Well, here's the last one, Mr. Radcliffe.
Fine, Dagwood.
Did Mr. Whiteside okay the others I did?
Oh, I don't imagine he's had time to look them over yet, but, yes.
Mr. Whiteside is on the phone.
Hello? Yes, Mr. Whiteside. They are. Oh, I was sure they would be. If Mr. Bumstead has just finished the last one. Yes. Thank you, sir. Goodbye. Dagwood, you pulled us right out of the fire. Mr. Whiteside is going to sign the contract the first thing in the morning.
Swell.
Now, Dagwood, if we could only locate your suitcases, you could be on your way tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, is it all right if I leave now, Mr. Radcliffe? I'd like to go see Daisy again before I go home.
Of course, I don't mind. You go right ahead.
Yeah, thanks. I'll see you later, Ollie. What's that? I said I'd see you later.
Oh, yes, yes.
On your way home, drop this off at Whiteside's office.
Mr. Radcliffe.
Yes?
I was just thinking, well, wouldn't it be a good idea to get Dagwood's suitcases back before Daisy gets home?
Ollie, I have no idea what you're talking about. But whoever has those suitcases would be smart if they were returned tonight. That is, if he doesn't want another chunk taken out of his seat.
Dagwood, tell me once more what the man at the dog pound said. And speak clearly, dear.
Well, yeah, was the thing, but he was,
What did you say, dear?
I said that he said positively he would have to get a signed release from the person bitten before Daisy could be released.
But suppose we never find that person.
Oh, don't say that, Blondie. Then Daisy would have to be...
Destroyed? Dagwood, what are we going to do? What would the children do if anything happened to Daisy?
Well, Blondie, let's not cross our bridges before we get to them. And now that the Whiteside plans are all finished, I'll spend all my time trying to find that crook.
I hope you do find him. It's not the suitcases or our vacation I'm thinking about. It's Daisy.
Well, we've been in tough spots before, Blondie, and we always come out on top. And this time we will, too.
Oh, Dagwood. Pickles, relish, mayonnaise, mustard, bologna.
And a little peanut butter to hold it all together.
Don't you know you're liable to dream if you eat all that?
Mm-hmm.
Now, girls, now stop it. Now leave me alone. Stop picking on me. Now don't fight, girls. Stop that now. I can't find the bag down here anywhere. It must be upstairs. It must be the dame's husband. Let's give him a good going over. Hey, the boss said this had to be secret-like. It's the quickest way to get that bag back. Come on.
Dagwood! Dagwood, wake up!
Why don't you draw straws for me?
Oh, Dagwood! Wake up!
Blondie, if you keep waking me up, I'll never find out which one got me.
Dagwood, listen, there's burglars in the house again.
That's nice. Burglars?
Yeah. Oh! Dagwood! Dagwood! Dagwood, what are you doing?
I was looking for my heavy putter.
Listen, there's burglars in the house. Do something!
Oh! Oh!
Stop fooling and do something. Hurry up!
Where's my heavy putter? Where's it?
I don't know where it is.
Wait a minute.
Dagwood! Oh.
I got it. Don't worry.
Oh, good.
They're over there! Quiet! They're over there!
Dagwood, for goodness sakes, forget about the heavy putter and go down and get those burglars. Go on.
Well, don't rush me. Oh, my. Oh.
Hurry up.
Pull him, Larry. I'll crown him.
Oh, Dagwood, come on. Hurry up.
Come on, break it up in there.
Which one of you guys lives here?
I do. Oh. I'm Dagwood Bumstead, and this is my wife, Mrs. Bumstead.
What's going on? Man alive. What a punch in the chin you must have gotten.
What?
Why, they spun you right around.
Huh? Oh. Oh, my. I kind of dressed in a hurry.
Do you know these men?
No, I've never seen them before.
Ollie!
Huh?
Well, what in the world are you doing here?
Would you see, Blondie, I just happened to be driving past, and I saw these two suspicious-looking characters, so I,
You know him?
Well, yes, he's a personal friend of ours.
Okay.
Oh.
Keep him up, you two.
All right. Now let's have it. What were you two after?
We wasn't after nothing. We was just gonna exchange something.
Dry up.
My handbag.
So, you were after nothing, eh?
Sure, that's her handbag, but that's what we was exchanging.
I told you to shut up.
Never mind him, handsome. Go ahead.
Handsome. Well, you see, a friend of ours took her bag by mistake today. So we came here to leave this one and get hers, that's all.
See if he's telling the truth, ma'am.
Yes.
If there is another bag, why didn't you come and ask for it?
We didn't want to disturb nobody.
No wonder they wanted this other purse. There must be thousands of dollars in bills there.
Oh. Well. So, this is where all that phony money's coming from, eh?
Believe me, I'm astonished.
You said enough already.
You mean all this money is counterfeit?
Yes, ma'am. Toss them in the car, Mac.
Well, so long.
Young man, you've done this town a real service.
I have?
I wouldn't be surprised, but you get a nice reward for this. Well, good night, ma'am. Sorry you had all this trouble.
Oh, gee, Ollie. We certainly owe you a lot. If you hadn't arrived just in time...
Dagwood?
What?
Look.
Oh, yeah. If you... Those are our suitcases. Blondie! Oh, boy, now all we have to do is get Daisy a release and we'll be off on our vacation.
I wonder how they got there.
Maybe those two men brought them back.
What?
Oh, if those two men stole them, why would they bring them back?
Yeah. Oh, well, maybe they're not the right size, Blondie. Oh, no.
Dagwood, did you notice the suits those two men were wearing?
Suits?
Well, yes, we should have compared their suits with the piece of material we
Now,
had.
why didn't I think of that?
Gosh, what happened?
Did we have an earthquake? No, everything's all right now, darling.
Yeah.
Dagwood, go on, put them back to bed, will you?
Okay, Blondie.
Hey, which way you going?
Hey, never mind. Come on, everybody goes to bed now. Come on. Everybody to bed. Come on. Come on, Dan. Come on. Everybody goes to bed.
Well, Blondie, I must be going. My hat. Oh. Well, good night, Blondie, and say goodbye to Dagwood for me.
Don't go yet, Ollie.
Huh?
Let's talk a while.
It's been such an exciting night. You must be very tired, Blondie.
On the contrary, I'm wide awake.
Yeah.
Sit down, Ollie.
Oh,
That's a lovely suit you're wearing. Have you had it long?
only a few days.
When you bought it, did you know it had a hole in it?
A hole?
A big hole right in the trousers.
Oh, that? Oh, well,
Did you patch it yourself?
Well, I was
Was there some reason why you didn't want to go to a tailor with it?
Well,
You should have used the same kind of material.
Yeah.
I think I have a piece that almost matches it.
Oh.
You're welcome to it if it's large enough. Why, Ollie, we're in luck. It matches exactly. Stand up. I want to see if it's large enough.
No.
You mean you don't want it? Then what do you mean?
I did it, Blondie.
You did what, Ollie?
I took your suitcases.
Why, I can't believe it.
We did it so Dagwood could fix up the white side plans.
So Radcliffe was in on it too, eh?
Yes, but for heaven's sakes, don't tell Dagwood. He'd kill me.
Oh, all right, Ollie. I won't tell Dagwood.
Thanks, Blondie.
On one condition.
I'll do anything at all.
I want Daisy delivered here at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Daisy?
Well, you're the only one who can sign a release.
Oh, but 10 o'clock is rather early in the morning.
You tell Mr. Radcliffe that we've decided to go on our vacation tomorrow and we're not going without Daisy.
Blondie!
Well, do I get Daisy or do I have to tell Dagwood?
I'll do it somehow.
Well, Ollie, I probably won't see you for a while, so I want to say...
Oh, you'll see Ollie tomorrow, dear.
Yeah, I will?
At 10 o'clock in the morning.
Oh.
Won't he, Ollie?
Oh, that's nice.
Good night, Ollie.
Good night.
Yeah, good night. Oh, nice fella.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Well, here we go again.
Are you kidding? They ain't never gonna leave.
Maybe you got something. The train leaves at 10:40. It takes 30 minutes to get to the station. It's 10 o'clock now, and they're waiting for something. What for, Christmas?
Could be.
Blondie, what makes you so sure that Daisy will be here by 10? Who signed a release?
That's my secret. If it works. And if it doesn't...
Good morning, Mr. Bumstead. Lovely morning, isn't it?
Yeah.
Did you bring Daisy?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, how is she?
Fine, just fine. She passed all her tests 100%.
It's 5 after 10, lady.
You can put the bags in the cab now, driver. Mr.
Philpott's the name, lady.
Oh, Mr. Philpotts,
You know,
we've got
Mr.
to catch
Bumstead,
the train.
after you left yesterday, I got to thinking. I said to myself, now there is a young man who thinks a lot about his dog.
Oh, thanks. I think the world of Daisy.
I know
Of
you
course
do.
we do.
And if everybody thought the same about their pets as you do, we wouldn't have to chase all over town picking them up.
You're absolutely right, Mr. Phillips.
Philpotts, not Phillips. Would you believe it? We picked up a dog last month, or was it the month before? Anyway, the people who owned the dog never came to the pound to claim it for over 3 weeks.
Now, can you imagine that? 3 weeks?
Yes.
But, Mr. Philpotts...
That night when I went home, I said to my wife,
Hey, lady, we're gonna miss the train.
Oh, we'll be right there, driver. Children, you and the puppies go get in the cab.
Okay, Mom.
Where was I?
Oh, you were saying something to your wife.
Oh, yes. I said to my wife, Lucy, that's my wife's name, Lucy. I said,
Oh.
Lucy, something's got to be done about these stray dogs.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Philpotts, couldn't you please tell the rest of the story to my husband after we get back?
Oh,
you see,
I guess you are in a kind of a hurry, aren't you?
Oh, yes, we are in a hurry.
Okay.
Oh.
Come on.
Oh, Mommy's girl.
Oh, Ollie and Mr. Radcliffe. I didn't know that they went to get Daisy. Hey, how did you manage it?
Well, it's who you know and what you know that counts. Isn't it, Mr. Radcliffe?
Come to Daddy.
Hey, lady, look at the time.
Oh, my goodness, that's right. Come on. Oh, come on. Oh, goodness. Children, Daddy has Daisy.
Yeah, here she is. Oh, gee, Blondie, wasn't it nice of Ollie and Mr. Radcliffe to go to all this trouble just because I stayed to fix a few mistakes Ollie made?
Maybe Ollie has made other mistakes, Dagwood, mistakes you know nothing about.
Oh, no, I'm wise to all the mistakes that Ollie ever made.
I'm glad to hear you say that, dear.
Hey, do we go or don't we?
Oh, yes, we're going. Well, goodbye, Mr. Radcliffe. Goodbye, Ollie.
Well, goodbye, Mr. Radcliffe.
Goodbye,
Goodbye, Ollie.
Goodbye.
Blondie, if you like Lake Hokopoku, you can stay a few extra days. It's okay with me.
It's okay with you if we decide to stay an extra week, isn't it, Mr. Radcliffe?
Oh, well,
What?
all right.